Hey guys, how's it going? And today I'm going to be bringing you episode 2 of my money making guides. And today we're going to be focusing on Vyrelords and Ladies. Even though you can kill Vyrelords and Ladies prior to completing the Lord of Vampyrium quest, it is not worth it because the main reason why there's so good money right now is because of the weapon that you receive afterwards. So one of the requirements for this guide is going to be completing the quest and also having 92 plus prayer. You don't need it, but it is highly recommended. And having high level combat is a must. Having high level combat gear is extremely helpful, but you can do it in something as low as bandos. The gear you're going to be needing is any melee DPS armor, so Torva, Malevolent, bandos, anything of the such. They do hit quite hard and they do hit a lot with magic, so it's kind of better to have the highest level one that you can wear. Torva is perfectly fine, you don't have to upgrade to Malevolent, but if you want to have it just a little bit more AFK, then Malevolent's good. An offhand Drygor really does help boost up the level of your accuracy, because the Sun Spear is only level 75, so combining that with a offhand melee, offhand Drygor weapon will help you out quite a bit. For your inventory, you're just going to want a Holy Overload. You can upgrade that to Supreme Overload if you'd like, and just some prayer pots in your inventory. Taking a yak does help quite a bit. It does extend your trips by almost double to even triple. And just have a couple extra food in there as a just in case if you get hit a little bit hard. And just leave as much of it empty as possible, because you're going to get a lot of unnoted drops and you want to be able to drag and drop. And I know some people don't actually know this, but if you just drag something from your inventory to your yak, it just puts it in. You don't have to be out of combat to do that. And if you want to take it out, you can either drag or you can click it and it'll bring it straight into your inventory for you. So to fight these, there's going to be a specific spot that we're going to want to stand to have as many of them aggroed on us as possible. So if you just go straight from the bank, which you can get to by just using your Dracon's Medallion and coming out, and you run out here, there's somebody here, but I'll just show you the spot for now. And you walk over here, make sure that these guys are calling human, human. Open this door. You're going to go inside. And if you give it a little bit, all of these guys are going to start aggroing onto you. And as soon as they aggro onto you, you're going to want to come outside here and just start attacking. So there's a spawn just up here over to your west, and that one will also drag onto you. Any of the spawns that are also to your north will also come right out to you. So if you come out, not in the doorway, but just one square west of the door, or east of the doorway, sorry, you'll have as many of them as possible. If they do start using mage against you, all you have to do is just walk a little bit away to drag some of them out, and then come back. Now if you notice, like inside we have two of them stuck here. So what you're going to want to do at some point is just go inside, kill them, and then come out and then just camp the spot as much as possible. So the nice thing about these guys is they drop a ton of noted stuff. And since you have the quest done, you're going to be able to use the Sun Spear, which automatically burns their corpses, which one gives you really good XP. So you get prayer and fire making XP out of this. I think it's 70 XP per one that you kill in both of those two skills. And you get the rewards for killing them normally, which is your normal really good supplies for Iron Man. But then you also get items like a Dragon Spear, noted rune items. And there's only a couple items that are unnoted. The Dragon Spear and just pieces of the split bark armor. And rune pickaxes, I think, are the only items that are unnoted. So that's why we bring a yak to be able to put our stuff in. Now these things do hit quite hard, as you're seeing, and this is why Soul Split is highly recommended, because without Soul Split, even with Mage Prayer on, you're going to be using a lot of food. And having the area loot interface is going to be super helpful for this at the same time, because you're going to be looting a whole bunch of items all around you. And if you're always just right-clicking and picking up, right-clicking and picking up, it does slow you down quite a bit. So now I'm going to do a little fast-forward section. I'm going to do an around half-hour trip, and I'll fast-forward it for you guys so you can see how many kills I'm getting and how good it is. Something that I noticed that I forgot to tell you guys, actually, is that you get actually really good farming XP here. So having a seed aside is really, really awesome here. You're going to want to turn off the watermelon seeds, the lanodyme seeds, and the dwarf wheat seeds, because these guys do drop quite a bit of those, and those are actually worth quite a bit of money, and it's worth keeping. When you're doing this, you also want to make sure that there's nobody else around here, because it will really slow down the amount of kills you get, because that is a lot of spawns that aren't going to be dragged over to you. Alright guys, so let's get to the point now. So I did a quick little test, and in the background right now you should be seeing a fast forward clip of just one of the little trips I did as a test. And depending on how many prayer pots you take with you and how lucky you get with the unnoted drops, your trips will last quite a few minutes, anywhere between 6 minutes if you're not taking a yak to around 20 to even 30 minutes if your yak is just filling up with a whole bunch of the unnoted drops. The money that you could expect to make from here is between 5 to 6 mil an hour, and that again is with your luck. How many times you have to bank. Banking only does take a few seconds, but sometimes if somebody else comes in and accidentally opens the door and you get attacked, that does really slow down how much time it takes for you to bank. So the 5 to 6 mil an hour is just coming from almost all the drops. Right now, since Double XP weekend is coming up, herbs and their secondaries are quite high, and you do get quite a lot of noted grimy herbs and a lot of your Wines of Zamorak. And Wines of Zamorak are 8,000 each right now, which is obscenely high compared to where they usually are at. So this money making guide is quite good pre Double XP weekend, but even after that you should still be making around 4 mil an hour, and it's just a really easy money making method that you can AFK. Alright guys, I just finished a quick little trip here just to show you guys how much money you should expect to make. One little tip I'm going to give you is anytime you're going to the bank, make sure you close the door, and I would highly recommend running around and banking on just one of the sides of the bank, because if people are walking in and out of here as they are right now, since the quest is quite new and there's still a lot of people doing it, you're going to have a lot of these Vyrelords and ladies that are going to come in and they're going to attack you. And that is one of the reasons why banking around here is really slow. So let's just do a quick price check. So as again, I'll say this took me 4 minutes just to pick all this stuff up, and it's around 428k. I'm not too sure what that last one dropped me, but you will add another 10 seconds to that if we want to. And the biggest thing is, while you're killing them, you're also doing flurry, right? And since they gather around you, that does a lot of DPS. And that's why you're getting so many drops. And it's hard to believe, like, you get all these drops just from 4 minutes, but they do drop 2 things at a time. One for when you're killing them, and one for when you're burning their corpses. And as you can see, the big items in here are the rune items. A lot of these items are alchables. You do get a lot of crystal key pieces. You're getting a lot of herbs, and herbs, again, are quite expensive right now, and the secondaries, Wines of Zamorak, are quite expensive. The seeds, this is why if you have a seed aside, you do want to turn it off. The watermelon seeds, they drop 8 at a time, and that's just an 8k drop, which doesn't seem like much, but when you're getting them every single minute, it adds up to quite a bit. You can just use your seed aside to get rid of them, but the XP you get isn't really worth the money that you're losing out on. Alright guys, thank you for watching this guide. Hopefully it helps you make a little bit of money, and I'll hopefully see you on the next one. Bye! That was completely the wrong emote. Let's try this again. Bye!